Drago Adam here for the Adam Ad Group. Wanted to take the time to put together a video sharing just some of my thoughts and observations from a webinar that we participated in this morning that was put on by Dealers United. The great thing about the webinar was it was bringing dealers from North America together, from the United States and Canada, and getting a chance to listen to some of the dynamics of the restrictions that we're all dealing with at this particular time. One of the things that I observed was that in Canada, it feels like our restrictions are a lot less than some of our counterparts in the United States are dealing with. So it was interesting to hear some of their perspectives and how they're coping with these particular restrictions on them, mostly on the sales side. Everybody seems to be open for service and parts and to take care of the essential service people and the folks on the front line. But in the United States, a lot of them aren't even allowed to sell. Some are, and everybody is kind of moving to almost like a virtual type of strategy and creating processes internally with how to deal with paperwork and to deliver vehicles, etc. The common denominator, which is encouraging to us because we've been really talking to all our clients about the importance of staying active at this particular time, especially via digital strategies like Facebook and video. And on the call, the majority of the dealers were sharing their thoughts that Facebook is absolutely essential to them at this particular time. And the reason being is because it's so agile. You can communicate with your customers and let them know on a daily basis you're open, what's going on, what are the processes going on, how you can show them what's going on the service side of things between putting plastic covering on steering wheels, on gear knobs, sanitizing the seats, etc. So giving the customers every opportunity to see and understand that they're safe. One of the things that was really critical in our opinion was the term H2H marketing, and remembering that it's human to human or heart to heart. Now's not the time to be loud and obnoxious. It's a very sensitive time. And we got to remember that we're communicating with folks who are at home, and a lot of them are scared. A lot of them are uncertain. They don't know what's going on. And we got to remember that in that aspect about how we're communicating with them. So if I can encourage you with anything, would be to think about empathy, think about care. How would you feel how would you respond to aggressive messaging that is over the top? It would probably put you off. So remember the human to human or heart to heart side of things in any messaging that you're considering. And if you'd like to talk about any of that, obviously we're here to help in any way that we can. We've developed video processes where we don't have to come into the store. We can help you with any sort of content that you want to consider for your business. The other thing that was a takeaway for me was I loved the question that was posed. How do you want to be perceived after all this is finished? That's a great question to internally think about your team and your management team. Do you want to be perceived as somebody who is in the community, there for them, helping them, sharing information for them, there for them at their time of need, making the process easy? That's a great question. And the other key takeaway for me was this is going to end. And it's probably a great time even now to be thinking about the grand reopening. Because once we get the clearance from the government that life is returning to normal, there's going to be a huge pent-up demand in our humble opinion. And that was kind of the sentiment was shared by everybody on that call. So what do we want to do? How do we want to handle that grand reopening? And how are we going to prepare for it? How are we going to prepare our team and our staffs for it? There was many other takeaways, but I don't want to keep this video too long. If you'd like to discuss anything, we're obviously taking this downtime and self-quarantine to just participate on as many webinars and many conference calls across the country. And there's some great ideas going on. And just remember, there's been never been a better time to take a look at how we reinvent ourselves. This process is making us be better, and it's actually probably streamlining something that the consumer has wanted, and that's a different type of process in selling and how we deal with them. So through this time, on the other side, there's going to be many, many stores that emerge even better, even stronger, just because of being able to pivot and reinvent themselves. So thanks for listening, guys. Please be safe. God bless us all, and we will get through this. If you want to talk about any of our ideas or observations from the call, we're here to we're here to help. We'll talk to you soon.